Alright, let's get started with Project 1. First thing to do is to go into the blackboard, and in Mod 1, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll find at step 7 there's an exercise and there's a file you can download to the desktop. It's called textureobject.zip. Once it's on your desktop, you can double click and it will automatically make a folder. And then what you'll be doing is copying, see down here it says copy the contents into your current project. Well, we haven't made our current project yet, but what we'll do is we'll make the project and we'll name it project underscore mod 1 inside of Maya. Inside of Maya, to create the new project, select File, and then scrub all the way down to Project, and then select New. And then at the top where it says New Project, let's replace that text with Project underscore mod 1. And then we'll choose to use defaults. Notice all of these folders that get created when we create our project. So we'll select Accept. The new project has been created, and it currently is in Maya, the current project. Now what we need to do is copy the two folders that we downloaded into the right project. So using the Finder, you can go out into the current project, and then what we'll do is we'll drag the files, or excuse me, both folders into the project folder, or you could otherwise select the content inside each of these to their adjacent folder. So either way, this one seems simpler, just to drag the whole folder on top of the project. It'll automatically replace the folders. You'll have to give it approval. You'll say yes, replace, but go ahead and do that. Once created and copied, we can choose File, Open Scene. We'll then see our texture cube, and if we open it, we'll have our scene loaded and our image mapped on there. So we'll take a quick look at what the image looks like in Photoshop, and then we'll paint something on it and see the effect of that two-dimensional image on our three-dimensional object. So I've gone ahead and I've loaded that Polycube PSD from my project folder into Photoshop. This is what the image looks like. It has a UV snapshot. This tells us where the polygons on our cube are, and then we want to paint on this layer 1. And how you'll do that is you'll make sure that you left click it selected, and then with the brush tool B, I'm going to choose a color and then just paint some kind of a design on here, and then I'll save our image. Switching back to 3D into Maya, all I need to do now is change the display mode so that I can see the image on the three-dimensional object. So if you hit the 4 key, that's wireframe, 5 is shaded, and 6 is the mode that will allow us to see the image on there. Now what we want to do is render this image and then paste it, upload it to Blackboard. So up here you'll see the 3 clapboards. You want to choose the one that is the render current frame, right? So choose that one. You'll get this rendered image up on your screen. Nothing fancy about that, but that's all we need at this stage. So let's save our image by choosing File, inside of the render view. Don't choose up here. Select inside the render view, File, and then Save Image. And we're going to give it a file name. Move this up. We're going to call it your name. So mine would be Henry Dryovich, and then it's going to be mod. Actually, let's put an underscore mod 1. And you want to make sure that it's a target. So if you click on this, in the drop down, choose target.